What I do see, it felt like he. And don't get me wrong, the he's talented. He does really good content and stuff, but you still got to be humble because at any point, like he had a channel, and you won't have that type of revenue again because you went too far and thought you were untouchable, and you ended up, yeah, and being cocky and wanting people to pay you if they want to see your content. Your head got too big. You needed to humble yourself, and now that's where you sit with a restraining order.
Is anybody commenting?
It is embarrassing to come on and have a cult name. Yeah. Okay. See, very good, Granny. Hello, Granny's watching. Yeah.
That's Granny.
Yeah. I know. And ruin his credibility to the judge. That's his arrogance, for real. It's his big head thinking that he can't be touched, so that you can still earn something. You ask for more. You get greedy. You're arrogant. You think you're on top, and then you learn that you're not.
Yeah, but even on top of that, like, I can't even imagine, Granny, I'm not going to lie, I wish I could hear that court hearing, because he is so conditioned to people here on YouTube catering to his ego, his everything, allowing all of the shit. I'm surprised it took this long, and I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm surprised it took this long, and I can't imagine the ego. Like, you cannot rely on that or do that ego shit. Because he's so much better than
on the panel.
Well, no, of course, but
always.
Okay.
Hey, it's me. Hey.
Okay, sorry.
And like you guys know all this. You guys go through all this. Pink, she kicks up the lies. She talks to all you guys. I get it in pieces, but the pieces are pretty big puzzle pieces that you can piece together and see if you're smart enough. Like, I've watched the things he's done and
that's
said
the problem.
And knew it was coming.
Well, there's so many people that are right. So many people were detached from reality. And I said as much because people don't realize it's not just what was said on YouTube, right? So the first beginning to this was him writing to me, "Get off now," telling me to get off my street. Then he said, "I'm going to fuck up your whole world. 3, 2, 1, and then a bomb emoji, right?" And from that day forth, that was April 9th of 2022. From that day forward, that is exactly what he has done. He has set out to destroy me. And I don't care. I hear these people that are judging me on this. They wanted ROs for far less. How dare you judge me because I did what you said you would do and I followed through on it. So I present that for, the beginning of the end. Now all of a sudden we're in court and I'm not an ex. I've been saying for 2 years I'm not an ex-girlfriend. I've had oranges longer on the counter. Like, please just move on. This is the longest non-breakup I've ever had. We get into court and he tries that first. And the judge literally interrupts his attorney and goes, "Listen, we've already established." I mean, I could have presented evidence that he put my, what the fuck you mean? Messages of you putting my sexting on the screen and suddenly
I mean to laugh at Granny, for fuck's sake. Like, I cannot believe that he went in there with that mentality and it blew up in his face. And
he started off on a lie, right?
Right.
And here's the other lie that another major lie was he told. Right, I had my evidence. I didn't sit on YouTube talking about leopard print underwear. I was fucking offline gathering everything I needed, right? So from the minute he was served, he then did a 9-hour stream on me while he was served, right? So like, you already had an RO on you. But he also said, he lied to his attorney and said that he got his channels back from YouTube. That's a major thing because you're not even supposed to be on this platform. You were removed for harassment. So you're not even allowed, even YouTube, so he lied to his attorney about that. So she starts with that whole, they dated for a month. And I said to the judge, yeah, exactly. Can you believe we're 2 years later, here we still are? Well, yeah, that's my sentiments. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So then it goes on a little bit. Right. Now, mind you, I had plenty of evidence. I had comments like, "Nothing makes me have homicidal rage more than these cunts. I got the money, the means, the time. If I really want to destroy their lives, I had a lot of stuff, right? I didn't need all that. It was the one video where he put my image along with his soundboard. And it said, if I could kill it, I would, right? So this is what was presented to the judge as well. I read on my stream today, everything else that was presented. The remarks about my vagina, the cancer scammer, the 12 fucking posts as I'm live in 2 hours, the tagging of my name, abuses in many forms. It's not just physical. And I'll dare to argue that mental abuse can be, if not as bad, if not worse than physical.
It's worse. No physical abuse to a certain extent, it's physical abuse. You feel the pain and it goes away. Mental abuse, that scars you for a long time and you have to work through shit. You get PTSD from things. You get just emotional about things. Like certain words trigger you, certain actions or things people do trigger you. So yeah,
exactly. And here's the thing.
Worse as well.
I survived. I'm not going to say I survived. I went through a domestic violence relationship with my kid's father.
Well, you did survive.
But you know what I mean. I'm not going to be all like, but it was bad, right? Even when I gave birth, I could tell horrific stories. I won't do that. So imagine the verbal abuse of, "Oh, you're threatened by me, Granny. Admit it, you know it. I got you by the lips. I am holding you by your vagina." And this wasn't commentary. That's not fucking commentary.
But it's nice to hear that exactly. Like,
And listen, if you're at a bar, right, are you going to buy this guy drinks if you hear him talking that way? No. So why are we supporting it on here?
Shit out of him, honestly. I'm a 40-year-old man, and I ain't never put my hand on a woman, and I'm a big dude. I'm 6'1", 270 pounds.
Hand on a woman.
Oh, wow. Oh, they were really angry that I wrote on the papers he's 300 pounds. I mean, that fucking hurt the ego there.
So 5'8" and 300 pounds, yeah. Like,
right.
No, I've never, I mean, trust me, I've been to points where I'm mad and angry, but I've never reached out and it's not in me. I'm a man.
Right, and they can say the same about him, right?
Like, well, she's still a woman.
Well, and that was so we get into that, right? And they can say the same about Jamie. Well, he's never hit a woman. Well, I can argue he's never been around a woman long enough to hit them because he has stated that he agrees. He believes that men should be able to hit their woman. He has told men to hit their woman. He has told women, "I will do what your husband has never done." Yeah, and smack the fucking, So anyway, so then the judge says, so the judge, shuts his attorney up and says, "We already established there was a relationship. Moving forward." So now Jamie fucked up, right? Because the attorney's like, "Where's your client? I don't have you down for a Zoom meeting," because she's like, "Well, he lives in North Carolina." And the judge is like, you don't come in my courtroom, and normally I don't do this. I need prior arrangements." And she's like, "Well, I was hired last minute. I just got the call about this. So you already fucked up by sitting there wasting all your good old time, right?" So anyway,
he didn't even come in prepare. And you did, and that's right. Beautiful thing.
He didn't ask for a continuance. He didn't ask for a representation, nothing until last minute. So they call him, right? And this motherfucker picks up the phone like, hello, like breathing, all like in the phone, like, ew. I'm like, what? Like, you already said the tone.
Probably had to run to the phone and got winded. Like, he should have just rolled over.
My honest opinion is he had it recorded for his his little 100%.
Oh yeah.
And what's ironic, Pink, is his attorney and my attorney and myself, we agreed that we would do a 3-month deal without prejudice. If he stopped in his 3-month periods, it would be dropped. It would be on his record. He'd have his gun, all of that. He agreed to it. I agreed to it despite I knew he wouldn't do it, but I agreed to it because I just want to go home. So we write up the agreement and everything, and she says to me, can you send me what evidence you had? And I send her something. She goes, he wants to stay. And I said, this is a fucking game. I said, he's going to come back and say he's not taking the deal. He wanted to know what evidence I had. Sure enough, he comes back, he's not taking the deal. And she even told him the evidence is damning. So I didn't even need all that evidence. So the judge says to Jamie, well, what is it with this YouTube channel? Did you make a video? Jamie's like, well, first, let me tell you what a YouTube short is. A YouTube short is a 1-minute segment. The judge doesn't care about that.
Look, then he says, you can't be condescending and arrogant to judges and the judicial.
He thinks he can because he's conditioned.
That up even more than anything. You go in there with humility and a sense of, I know I fucked up.
Right. That's what you do. Right. But he didn't. So then the judge says, did you put up a video where you said you would kill it if you could? And Jamie goes, no, I didn't say anything. So the judge said, did the video say? And Jamie goes, yeah, but let me explain it. As a comedian and as a trending and as a green screen, you can put any image. And the judge said, did you put her image? Well, now it's not my image. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that literal picture of me that has been used to depict me for 2 years is suddenly not me. So I raised my hand and I said, well, Your Honor, he at me on it. He added my name to it. Jamie then goes, I didn't add her. To add her, you have to blah, blah, blah. The judge said, did you put her name with it? Jamie goes, no. I said, Your Honor, the comments are speaking about me. He's lying. The comments are speaking about me. As a matter of fact, if I may verbatim, this one says, oh, be easy on her, Jamie. She just wants the dick still. Remember, I'm a stranger. I'm not an ex. I'm nobody. I just want the dick still. So the judge said, yep. And the judge said, were the comments referencing her? And he goes, they may have been. The judge goes, they may have been. He goes, I don't know. So then the judge is like, you know what? He's like, I'm looking at her. I can tell she's afraid. She's tired. It's been 2 years, blah, blah, blah. You can't do this. And then Jamie interrupts the judge to let him know that the original messages at the beginning of the court hearing, that was a truth bomb. That's what that bomb represented, a truth bomb. This dude's so disconnected that he thought the judge was going to be like, oh, a truth bomb.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we got it, buddy.
I'm so glad you explained it.
What you're doing is you're fucking admitting to wanting to ruin her life as a truth bomb. Oh, no, Judge. I didn't mean a literal bomb. I meant a truth bomb. But at the same time, while you're saying that, you fucking idiot, you're admitting
you admitted that you said it. Yep.
Yes.
Stupid.
Yep.
I can't believe he's that fucking stupid.
So then the judge really lays into him, right? And for Jamie to say he couldn't hear, at one point, his attorney speaking to him, and the judge says, can you hear your attorney? He says, yes. So this whole argument he couldn't hear, well, shit, yes, he could. So then the judge starts telling him, he's like, online relationships are the new, well, this is new for me. This is a new thing in society. And the court here today recognizes that, this has been going on for 2 years. And I can tell that this woman needs relief. And I mean, I'm a fucking mess. This is 2 years. I'm fucking tired,
Yeah.
So the judge basically gives a stern speech to Jamie. This is my jurisdiction. If you disobey my restraining order, you'll be right back in front of me. Blah, 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 blah. And he goes, I want to make sure you're listening to me. And Jamie goes, wait, what am I supposed to be listening to? I kid you not.
Oh, wow.
To the judge?
Dude.
To the judge. So the judge repeats himself.
And then Jamie piece of shit.
Yep.
Sorry, but
then the judge goes, you know what? The judge goes, you know what? He goes, this is graded for 3 years, which is the maximum time you can get in that courtroom. So the people on YouTube may not take it serious, but the judge, the attorneys, they sure did. And then Jamie goes, well, what about an appeal? And the judge goes, speak to your attorney. You can appeal it, sure. But you'll be right back here in front of me. Like, you're not going to appeal it. Speak to your attorney. And this idea, like, I seen Janie write, insignificant counsel. We are asked if we're satisfied with counsel. There's no insignificant counsel. Then it was, she went ex parte. It was ex parte. He was there with a fucking attorney. He wasn't ex parte.
Ex parte?
You're the one that hired that attorney the night before. It's your fault, not your attorney's fault. Like, they did the best they could with the position you put them in. You didn't.
No, I'm going to be honest. It's because he thought fucking Jessica was a dumb street rat and would never have the fortitude to bring him, to have him walk the walk. Okay, I mean,
you know what else?
That's real.
And I agree.
This was their comments. This was their comments, right, when they found out I served him. Granny won't be able to conduct herself in court. Granny is a felon. Granny is a drug addict. I was told that I was going to be walked out in cuffs and I was going to go to jail for 20 years for RP. I mean, all their comments were asinine. I mean, one person was even saying, how dare I waste Philadelphia's court time and go in this courthouse that's so busy and not a county courthouse. We were in a fucking county courthouse. You don't even know where the fuck you're going. What the fuck are you talking about? But that's where they underestimate me, right? I might mispronounce words, but you also should have considered the fact that I am a felon. I am a street rat. I'm a smart ass motherfucker. Don't sleep on us, street rats.
Right. Yes.
Don't fucking sleep on us.
Right.
Tell me I won't know how to conduct myself. And meanwhile, he's the one. He later said that he was playing a video game during the court hearing. Oh, yeah, that's why you got a 3-year RO. You fucking arrogant.
We're the ones that understand the court process. We get.
Thank you.
Like, you gotta bring your, like I said earlier before you got on here, you've got to, if you're prosecuting somebody, you got to prove your case, which you did. He's the defense. He gotta try to defend himself and prove his case. He did not.
He lied.
Bring what he needed to bring to the table, except his arrogant ass, big inflated ego and head, and now he's deflated. And
I just want to say,
other thing.
He's gonna end up slipping.
He already did. He already did. They already fucked it. They already disobeyed it.
In your mouth. Yeah.
Right. And here's the other thing, right? When it comes to an RO, you have to have. I had to bring severe evidence. They don't take that shit lightly. I don't take that shit lightly. My evidence had to be. I can't say the words. I'm not going to try, but preponderance of evidence or whatever, which means it all laid on me. And the fact that they're still acting like right. And my case was strong enough that this judge granted me 3 years, the top he could. Well, who do they think I walked in with? My fucking hurt feelings? A few YouTube comments?
No, he slept on you, dude.
Yeah, he did.
Slept
hard. In a sleeping bag, all snuggled up by a fire and everything. Like, he marshmallows roasted and everything. But look, that's like I was saying earlier. ROs are hard to come by anyway. Like, domestic situations, they'll get a temporary one for like 3 months, and then they got to still go to court to try to get a full one, and they're hard to get. And that's with like pictures and police reports and stuff. So it's something you have to prove your case on, and I commend you, and you did well, because for you to get that is not, and especially in a state like Philadelphia, that's a big city, big. And
I held out on this shit. Like I said, I went a year ago.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
But
I went a year ago, and I was going to file it.
But it gave you time to build your case and make it solid and strong and
solid as
what
fuck.
Steps you were going to take.
And that's why she got it granted, no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, even with his ass, I can't even imagine the arrogance in that courtroom, thinking he would stroll up on Zoom or the phone or whatever, and just play these people who are educated in the law, in this shit, like he does these housewives in his chat.
Yes. These non-housewives. Well, that's what I said too, and I've been saying this for God only knows over a year now. I'm more than just a talking head on your screen, a talking circle, right? I don't care if you like me or not. Nobody deserves the verbal, the intimidation, the following me around the internet, the reaching out to other creators. Nobody deserves that. I've heard these bitches that are complaining now cry over way less and want fundraisers. I didn't do a fucking fundraiser. I kept my mouth shut, my head down low, and I went forth with what I needed to do. And I knew that my entire YouTube reputation was on the line. I knew if I had that RO, I was never going to hear the end of it.
You have
all over the internet.
Like, you, Granny, like, not being like, oh, look at her sin, but like, you have grown. You have got a niche. You figured it out, bitch. You figured it out. You solved the equation.
And I worked hard to get it.
You
fucking busted my ass to get there.
I've seen it. I have followed you, bitch, since day one. I have, even through. No, I have.
You know, I know. Come out her mouth.
I know. Thank you to curse me the fuck out. But I was nasty, and that's the other thing. Like, they're all like, what about what Granny said to Natasha? And Lindsay's like, what about what Granny said about my daughter in private in 1992? That doesn't fucking matter. It's what about Jamie and his threats?
Celebrities? Like,
right.
They said this in a text.
We've all said and done fucked up things. Tell me where I ever threatened anybody's life.
No, I've never seen it. I haven't. I've seen you be a little bitch and like be bitchy. I've seen it, but
cocky, arrogant.
But as far as and Granny, I have seen you take a step back, humble yourself, not get like Grift and BJ. Let's not go into that. But and actually give a fuck.
Right.
And be fucking like real. I don't even know. But well, for sure.
Because you get to this point.
She's one of the realest people that they know. And that even goes
back. She actually is. And James thought he would coattail her while harassing her. And that isn't okay. It's not.
And to go back to what you were saying, Granny, like, you guys, even like you just said, you and Pink have had words, and she's had words with other people, and everybody drags each other and stuff. And
Oh,
then that's
yeah.
where you guys, and then that's where you guys keep it, though. You guys know what this is.
Right.
You know what the drama community is. It's there for you guys to do that. But then you
But
start
Granny-
in real life and bringing
Granny
kids into
got
it, and bringing
bigger,
families
so
in.
James, like he's
Got
even
jealous.
right now, not even, yeah, jealous, but even right now,
Amped it
he's
up.
trying to like, yes, he's trying to like merge to true crime and develop and kiss
can't.
up to BJ, and he's trying like, no, fuck you, Granny, fuck, I'm fucking proud
He
of you.
tried to
And
follow
I
me.
know,
That's what
No,
aggravated me, Pink. I worked so hard to stay focused, to network, to get out of this little circle jerk fucking community where one minute they hate each other, next minute they're fucking best friends. I exited this community. I exit left, right? I said, fuck this, fuck them. I'm out. I'm done. It's gross. I want nothing to do with it. In the past
You
year, we
did.
have seen this place get more vile than it's ever been. I want nothing to do with it. I am offered the blessing of this platform. I can put in some real fucking work, rather that is calling out TriGPS, speaking on cases, whatever. I can do
Right.
that. This motherfucker thought he was going to follow through that hole with me, right? And then I love the other day. He's like, I'm not part of this community, da 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 da. But a week ago, he's like, well, who brought them to this community? Let's not forget, Granny brought Morgan and so-and-so to this community. No, I'm not part of you, you motherfucker.
No, stupid.
You're not, I'm not part of you. You're not part of me. Get the fuck away from me.
And here's the thing.
I mean, following me. If I
He
tagged
won't-
the channel, the next day he was in that channel's chat.
I
He was
know.
in the comment section.
Yes.
He was in that comment section.
The
The fucking
judge-
stalker stalking.
it is. That's why a judge, an educated, fucking non-biased judge, deemed it that. And Juror said something in her members live tonight. It was like, fuck, Matt, you started to talk and it fucking, I don't remember. Go ahead. I'll remember in a minute.
But that's like
What?
him trying to jump around to different channels. Like, no, go ahead and stick to your cluck and hen thing that you do with trying to drag other people and then.
I
having
mean,
them
but
say,
in
"Well,
reality,
you're
who
not
is
gonna
there
fit
for him
into-"
nowadays? Lindsay
Right.
Moon, Pesky, Lonnie, and
Well,
I guess
and-
now Brittany J,
Bruh.
right?
And that Heather, that other stalker. Can we talk
Oh,
about that
and
for a
Rachel
minute?
Townsend. Yeah, go. Yeah.
If your legal advice is coming from, first off, Lindsay has an RO, say Robbie has an RO, and Moon is currently evaded for criminal stalking charges, right? That's where you're getting your legal advice? Holy fucking shit! And I'm the
Way
fucking
to
one that's
go.
the street rat.
So should they
Right.
start their own community
Winners,
called the RO
Hey,
Club?
Granny, no wait.
The RO
Gran-
club. Amen.
The RO
Listen.
Club.
Listen, Granny is as dumb as a fox. Look that up. Everybody,
Yeah.
Lycan, look that up. Granny is as dumb as a fox. Look it up.
You know what else? You know those
That's
big bug
fucking-
eyes they talk about? You know how fucking puppy-like they can get?
What, your
Those big
beautiful
bug eyes,
fucking
they're always
green
pointing
gray
out.
eyes that are beautiful? What?
They hate it though. They're always like, Granny looks like a rat. Granny looks like this. You know, Granny looks like a 5-foot woman that is fucking tired. Okay,
Tired of the
people-
bullshit.
Right.
Right. That's
Hey.
it. Period. Like nobody has to put up with this. And again, the fact that people are hyping them up and keeping it going, and
Right.
you know, Lindsay's bringing me
know.
up in every conversation she can, and she's like hunting people down on the internet. Like, well, what about Granny? What about Granny? And it's like, well,
It-
fuck your whataboutism.
What about
First off,
her?
This is
A
Lily's
year ago,
perfect
I could have
thing.
gotten an RO on Lindsay. I probably should have. I never called Lindsay raising money to get an RO against me, but I
Well,
digress
yep.
because
I
ROs are a
respect
waste of
you
fucking
for
time
leaving her
today.
alone because she is indigent, which is like
Yeah.
poor. So,
Right.
but
That's
no,
why she
I
does what
get
she
it.
does for Jamie. He pays her bills. But yeah, and I got
Gladys
proof of that
too.
too, Lindsay.
Sorry,
You're
Lindsay,
considered a
I'm
third
about-
party.
Yeah, I'm about. Oh, that's true though, Granny. They can't. Do
It is
that.
true. They were named.
I hope that
They were named. They were named. Lindsay Hensley. I gave their
Wow.
government names. I said these are his
Wow.
third-party associates that are going to pick up this. You know, they're going to pick this up for him. They're
The
going to
slot.
amp it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even
We
an
need to-
hour after the courtroom ended, there goes Lindsay inciting her chat and getting them all worked up to go after me. That is what is third-party harassment. That is third party. You can't do that.
100%.
And he's on the panel like a fucking dumbnut talking about, oh, I want to go real life now, Granny. Like, play
And
Granny out. You're
Lindsay-
stupid.
I know that Lindsay knows better. Lindsay, you know, you're still my mod. I'm still your mod. I fuck with you. You know better. Stop.
She does know better. She does, Pink, and that's what's disappointing. Because listen, you don't have to like me to step aside and realize, you know what? It did go too far. Enough was
It
enough.
did.
12 community
It did,
posts of
Granny.
Granny's live, not even talking about him. This is a
Right.
little excessive. Maybe calm down a little bit, Jamie. Maybe, you know, but instead she's like, yeah, Jamie, you can get her. We're going to get her. Defamation.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't think a judge is going to say, first off, I dare you try me for defamation, but you don't think a judge is going to realize immediately that this is retaliation for the fact that I
Yes.
put a restraining order on you? Why didn't
Exactly.
you do this 2 years ago? Matter of
And
fact,
like I
I told you
said-
2 years ago to do it.
Even a judge, it's done, it's over, it's been granted.
Yeah.
A judge has looked at it, they've decided, they've came to a conclusion. So even if he appeals it, it's going to be like, okay, so the judge that deemed this, maybe they were wrong. I don't feel like that will
Also,
ever happen.
On top of that,
Ever.
the appeal goes back to the same judge, and he sees
Judge.
new evidence, and he sees new evidence.
No,
He sees
you
new things
can't
that-
present new evidence.
Right.
No, Mr. Hyde, you can't present new evidence. Nope.
That's what I'm saying.
Nope, no new evidence and no witnesses.
Yeah, so
But
we're
didn't
gonna
in the
appeal
Lana,
would go back to that same judge. That judge has to approve like the appeal hearing, and he's not going to do
Right.
that because
okay,
it's
hold on,
RO.
let me ask.
All RO Club. That's their new name right there. The RO Club. I'm telling you, stupid. They're all good.
Didn't
Lanish judge wasn't by the books, Pink. That judge was so biased
That's what I
and sloppy,
thought.
it wasn't by the
That's
book.
what the fuck I thought. I thought, Rainey, I thought, and I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I thought
relationship
that
there?
judge was so unfucking professional with Lana.
She was.
And, yeah.
She let Lana
Okay.
control that courtroom. It was unbelievable. It was so dysfunctional and it was weird. But no, that's not by the book. And that's not. And again,
Okay, Megan,
I told these
yep.
people. These people were talking about the forensic files and that the fucking FBI was going to ask for my fucking phone and my messages. What did you think we were going to? Get back in reality, you fucktards. Come on, let's go over here. This isn't a fucking episode of CSI.
They're also disconnected from just being online all the time. Like, go have another life. Like, go get a real job, a part-time job, just to get out and socialize with people. Not be a sociopath stuck on your computer.
Amber said something that hit me, and it didn't hit me until a little bit later when I registered it. She said that a few days ago, her and some of the ex-mods were talking, and they realized, looking back, how many times he talked about murder and death and killing people.
Oh, and I said, uncanny.
It is, but especially in private, Pink, it was top tier. Like, is there a 1-800 hire a serial killer? I'm gonna put them through a wood chipper. I swear I'll drive to this bitch's town and rip her head off her shoulders. I mean, it was psychotic. And I said, how did you guys sit in there and normalize that day in and day out? But that's the problem, because when you hear it,
the fuck?
When you hear it day in and day out, it becomes normal talk, right? Well, that's just how many times have we heard? Well, that's just Jamie. That's just how he is. So, well, that's just voices. That's just how they are. It's not in the real world. It doesn't apply. If we were in the real, and that's what it was. This was presented in the real world.
That's why people heard this in the real world. Right. Yes, go.
Like Willow said earlier,
it's true.
Real people that aren't in YouTube life don't think that that's normal and that's okay. It's not.
Right. And then all these people like constitutional rights. She's trying to take away your right of freedom of speech and all that. No, and at the same time, they're trying to take away mine, right? At the same time, they're like, defamation, we're going to pull up all the clips and blah, blah, blah.
You better watch yourself. Like, no. Right. And Granny, I'm fucking proud of you, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
well, thank you. I mean, it was fucking stressful, man. No, and why even that? The fact that I tried saving his ass by going along with a 3-month deal.
Right.
And he didn't, his arrogance, he couldn't, yeah, she did. And he couldn't accept it. And it's just, you took the risk. Honestly, motherfucker, you took the risk to be like, fuck everything. If I fail, do you know how hard I'm going to be ruined? They're going to ruin me. I'm coming up. I'm willing to risk it all. And you prevailed, Granny.
Because I couldn't go through another day of that, though, Pink. I couldn't go through another day of
on your
continuous tags and
never let it go with you.
I couldn't do it. And the craziest part is they're like, well, make sure you bring out to the judge when you guys made peace. Yeah, tell the judge how I tried to make peace to make this stop. You tell him that. And tell the judge what ended up again. Because you broke up with Amber? Because my name was abused? And this whole idea of defamation, he has made money off abusing me for 2 fucking years. Good luck. Good luck proving that I caused you financial hardship. I lined your pockets.
He can't.
That's what I was going back to. Like, you were making content about everybody else.
No, she really did, though. Like, there was a point recently where she was like, all right, I'm going to put it behind us, get over it. And he accepted it because it was what was best for him monetarily. But then he didn't stop with her. Right. Taking the digs that
he felt like I took it from him. He was copying my content then. He was disrespecting my chat. He was, again, following me around like a lost puppy. It was fucking weird. I'm sorry. It's weird. Listen, this guy's, he's talented. He has a college degree. He's so much better than me. This little, teen right the street rat.
Granny, you're making more fucking money than him. Fuck that.
Amen.
Fuck you, Lycan. Like, for real. I can't believe he hasn't been over here. It's probably because Granny's here and he legally can't. Right. I'm sorry. I'm in a relation. This is the first time his ass has gotten slapped.
Yep.
He's never had repercussions for shit. Go ahead.
And for the people in the back that are saying like, oh, go look over on George's comment section. Granny's mentioning you. I'm pretty sure she can't do that. Wrong again, you arrogant pieces of shit. There are no restrictions on me. This RO is not on me. I am not required to remain silent. There's nothing against me. The judge even told me as much. Like, there's no restrictions. I mean, you can talk about them all you want. Exactly. I recommend you don't, but you can. And I don't want to. But I'm also not going to let these non-housewives run around and continue to defame me and call this fraudulent. Fuck, you cried because your name was mentioned. You wanted on RO. I've gone through this for 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And both attorneys told him that the next step is criminal harassment. That's if that RO, even if it was granted, I would still recommend it to go for criminal harassment. You cannot get on here and talk about somebody's vagina daily. You can't talk about my children, my custody, my looks. You can't. I mean, there's harassment, right? 12 posts a day. How many videos about me? Emailing other creators to talk bad about me. I mean, it's fucking harassment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then to have Lindsay, and I'm sorry, DeLorean, I love you. Like, I really do. My allegiance runs through and thick for people from the old community, but how could you get up here and be like, this bitch, us real victims of domestic violence? And George said on her live, like, there is so much more to an RO than just physical, or it may have been Amber, but like physical domestic violence.
Exactly.
I pulled that up today. I said, look up the definition of abuse.
He has abused Granny.
You could literally mentally torture somebody for years and change the way that their brain works. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're talking about. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you're good. They're talking about freedom of speech, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. Do you know what it's like for 2 fucking years to walk on eggshells?
And then to chase you, where you're building yourself, trying to separate yourself. And
I had him blocked. I had him blocked, and he'd come under other accounts. He'd bring me up where I wasn't the topic on these channels where I'm not networking with these people over and over again. So you want to talk about freedom of speech? Unless you've had somebody like him on you for as long as I have and other women. One simple thing like, oh, his polls are stupid. Oh, that warrants an 8-hour fucking stream. No, vile, nasty, threatening, intimidation. Right.
Your well-being, your mental health. Yes, exactly. Fuck, I love her. I do. Granny, fuck you.
Not anymore. I think they take your, your fucking kindness for weakness, and they try to base you on. Right. Yep. If I was as stupid as these idiots think I am, why the fuck am I sitting where I'm at and they're still down there in the slumps of a fucking 1K? I mean, come on.
That's why it's fucking. Yeah.
No, it's awesome.
All right.
I mean, even if the moderators had to. Sorry.
No, Granny, go ahead. We're gonna get off, but I want to hear you. Like, seriously.
When your own moderators are afraid of recourse, when your own moderators are afraid of backlash, when your own supporters are afraid to speak out against you, there's a fucking problem. Okay.
Well, listen. Nobody. At the same time. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say nobody should ever have to do that. Like, anybody who's ever PayPal me, Cash App me, have ever financially supported me, I would never turn around and say, "Oh, you said I'm a piece of shit." Well, I got your docs, and here's a photo of your family.
Fucking sick.
The earth. It's fucking sick, and I'm sick of people normalizing this type of. It's 2024. Abusers like him are making a fucking playground out of the internet. Fuck you for enabling him, pushing his little fucking ass on the swing.
And who does he have, Granny? Honestly, and I'm sorry, Lindsay.
The RO Club?
Matt, shut up. The rest of the people, listen, they already don't fuck with me and have threatened me. But Lindsay, Moon, Pesky, Lonnie, Bill, like, are you for real, Lycan? I know that you're ashamed and embarrassed, and I hope you like the grave that you dug.
Mm-hmm.
No, really.
Amen.
Yeah.
I think it's Willow or Jill said it earlier.
Yeah,
what he does is he goes in to other channels and gets the wrench and then takes over the channel and brings his people over to try to take over the channels and stuff. And that's what he was.
That's exactly what he does.
You lost it, bro.
Yeah, and a lot of people may be like, hey, that's obvious, but like Matt doesn't get our world like we do. So for him to even acknowledge that, like, it is honestly truth. And it is. And if he thinks he's going to get by.
Because how do you start out here? But why is he in this group? Like, hold on. Like,
because he needs drama and people to like.
Around Sally.
Yeah, yep. He's get around bar buddy. Like, yeah. But all right, guys. I'm gonna go.
Speaking of Sally, Sally had a fundraiser last year to take him for an RO. So how dare you mock me?
Jesus Christ.
I know. These people and their ROs are important and they can waste course time, but Granny, don't you dare be successful, Granny.
Oh, no, don't you dare. But all right, thank you for coming up, Granny. Like, I so appreciate it. Hold on. I have to embarrass her. The red carpet is rolled out because this bitch, you be all over, you're going places, and Granny, keep it up. Don't let anybody stop you. And thank you for coming on here.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Sir, hi.
Nice to meet you well.
Is not in any way unbiased. They release videos going at me in particular for some reason because they're some kind of trigger Karen who has some kind of something against me. I don't know, some kind of chip on their shoulder.
She's pro Granny.
Yeah, well, they've like found that were like years in the past and putting them up on their channel about me.
Right.
Who try to like paint me in some kind of bad light when it's like I was dealing with some.
This video is by 1-800 Fraudbusters, and this is at the end of it. I don't know.